everyone, this is your girl Des with Desired Beauty, and today we're going to do some healthy hair talk where I'm just going to give you some quick tips on how to keep your hair healthy as you're growing it out. And I get a ton of questions asked all the time about how I got my hair so long and how I keep it healthy. Now first off, I think it's really important for you guys to know that genetics do play a really big part in your hair growth, and they definitely do with me. Long thick hair just runs in my family. My mom has hair just like me, and my hair just naturally grows really fast, and my hair is naturally straight. So it does make it a little easier for me to take care of it, as I don't really have to blow dry it, I don't have to straighten it or do anything, so it is a little bit easier for me to keep it healthy. So that's something for you to keep in mind. I've discussed this a few times before in some other videos, but I believe it's so important. I'm going to go over it again. It's really important for you to not overwash your hair. I know it can be difficult, especially if you live an active lifestyle and you work out a lot, or you're a runner and your hair can get really oily and greasy, and it can be very, very difficult. That's why it's also important to make sure that you use a sulfate-free shampoo. It's so important, and you will notice a huge difference in the health of your hair once you go sulfate-free. Now, as I mentioned in another video before, the one that I love is from Enjoy. It's their sulfate-free shampoo. I also do like Carol's Daughter. I was using them for a while, but you have to use that one. There are plenty of sulfate-free shampoos out there nowadays that you guys can find, and that will work well for you. And also, everybody's a little bit different. Me, I wash my hair about twice a week. I don't like to do more than that because I just don't want to strip my hair. I want to make sure that my natural oils have time to work their way through my hair throughout the week. Natural hair oils are not a bad thing. They're a good thing, and it's really good to brush the oils through your hair and just allow them to distribute, because those natural oils are there to nourish your hair. Now, when it gets to a greasy point, obviously you need to wash your hair, but I think if you do feel like you're getting a little oily at your roots, it's a good time to kind of brush it through, and a time to wear ponytails where your hair is slicked back. You know, it'll always look beautiful. It shows off the face, and that's, you can get creative with jewelry and with your makeup. But I think it's really good to make sure that you don't overwash your hair. Definitely, I think twice a week is a really good number to have. Some women do once a week. That's great as well, especially if you have more dry or coarse hair. You probably definitely don't want to wash your hair more than once a week. If you're going to do it every other day, that's fine as well. But I think twice a week is probably a really good solid number. And when it comes to conditioning, that's something you never should skip. I never ever skip conditioning, no matter what. No matter how much I'm running behind that day and I have to hurry up. Condition, condition, condition. It's so important. To me, it's even more important than the shampooing. But what I do is I take the conditioner, and I use a lot. Like, I use a big, big glob. Like this much. I'm not lying. This is how much I get. A big, huge glob. I run through conditioner like crazy. That's why I buy such big bottles. A big, like a whole palm full. Like, it fills up my palm. And I take that and I just run it all the way from here all the way down to the tips of my hair. Really try to work it through my hair. And before that, as I mentioned before, it's good to make sure you rain your hair out to get all the moisture out, so that way the conditioner can really penetrate and do its job. If there's too much water in your hair, then it's not really going to be able to absorb the conditioner. So you got to make sure you rain your hair out. I'm always going to remind you of that. Now, some women choose to skip conditioner because they feel like they have really fine hair and they don't want it to get weighed down by the conditioner. So it's really important to go on a hunt for a conditioner that suits you, something that's a little bit lightweight but that's still hydrating. And you can also just go easy on it. Some women don't need to use that much conditioner like I do. You can probably use just a very, very small amount. The average woman really doesn't need more than a quarter size, if that. So, and make sure you're only putting it on the ends of your hair. So conditioner is really important. And on top of that, so is leave-in conditioner. I always use leave-in conditioner. It's something that I just live by. And you want to make sure that you use the leave-in conditioner just on your ends. You don't really have to put it all throughout, because I know a lot of people don't want their hair to be weighed down just like the regular conditioner. So you just want to make sure that you concentrate it on the ends. And so those are some really important things when it comes to just the regular maintenance of your hair. And as I've said this before, you need to make sure that you avoid heat styling as much as you can, because it just is a really good way to just really burn your ends and to just dry your hair out. So you just want to keep it at a minimum. I know I like curling my hair. That's something I do often, but that also goes along with the fact that I don't overwash my hair. So my hair holds curl pretty well, so I curl my hair once. It can last for a couple of days, and then I wash my hair, and then I can do it again. So I wouldn't recommend doing heat styling more than once a week if you can manage. But if you absolutely have to, just make sure that you use a heat protectant. It's really important to be careful of who you let color your hair, because going to the wrong person can end up really doing some serious damage. It could take a really long time to come back from, and you might end up having to chop off the majority of your hair. So make sure you go to somebody that's reputable and who is keeping in mind that they do not want to damage your hair. Someone that's going to do the best that they can to avoid any unnecessary damage. And also be really careful as to the way you brush your hair. Make sure you either use a wide tooth comb or something like this, my favorite, the Tangle Teaser, something that's gentle on your hair. And try not to do it while it's wet, because your hair is very, very, very vulnerable when it's wet. So you might want to let it air dry a little bit before you start combing through it to get the tangles out, because that's when you can lose a lot of hair when it's wet. So you want to be very careful of that. A lot of people ask me what I do when I go to sleep, what I do with my hair. I have a lot, so it can be a little difficult. Sometimes I do like to braid it, but I do not like putting it up in ponytails or buns or anything like that, because I don't want any sort of hairband restricting my hair, because it's really easy to cause some tearing in your hair, and it can break because those bands are tight. So what I do sometimes, because my hair is so long, I really just kind of lay it back like this when I'm sleeping, and just lay it back all the way up, because there's really a lot of hair. So I think braiding it for most people is a really, really good thing to do when you're going to sleep. I know some women like to wrap their hair up, and I think that's a good thing too. But you definitely don't want to have any elastic bands in your hair when you're sleeping, unless you're going to have a loose braid and have a really soft, gentle one right here at the end. But even then, you can just braid it and try to just let it hang loose. But yeah, so that's really important. Don't go to sleep with any hair bands in your head. Also, if you feel like your hair is getting really dry or is in need of some extra nourishment, there's probably some things right in your kitchen that you could use to help your hair. One thing that I like to do if I happen to run out of conditioner, or if I feel like my hair has gotten tangled, because sometimes when I curl it, it just develops a life of its own and wants to tangle a little more than usual. I like to use things like olive oil, and even coconut oil is something I used to use a lot, which I need to purchase again, because it's such a good natural moisturizer for your hair, and it conditions it very well. But I love olive oil as well, so I'll just take a nice amount of it, a lot, and I'll distribute it all throughout my hair, and I'll either braid it or I'll just kind of wrap it up and let it sit there for a long time. Sometimes I'll even let it sit there for a day or a day and a half, and it just makes your hair so soft and manageable and really easy to comb through once you wash it out. That's something I can recommend for people if your hair is damaged or your hair is really dry, to do at least once a week. For rest of the people, you could probably do it once a month. But using a lot of those type of natural oils is something I definitely prefer over using products that contain a lot of fillers and unnatural ingredients. It's really important to use products that have more natural and organic ingredients as you possibly can, which is really hard these days, especially because those type of products sometimes tend to cost a little bit more, and you might be on a budget. So buying olive oils can be anywhere from $3 to $6 to $7 to $8, depending on where you live and what grocery store you go to. Okay, so that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm definitely going to be following up with this. And everybody, I'm going to introduce you to my baby. This is Tarantina. Insists on being in this video. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Please leave all your comments and questions down below. And don't forget to check the description box as well for my links. If you guys want to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. And please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. So as always, thank you so much for watching. It's your girl Des. Until next time, thank you. Bye.